Right, so here's the how to play video. What I'm going to do, meow, meow, is use this deck. I'm not going to use. I'm not going to use the not safe for work deck. Screw it. What I will do is, because I've actually forgotten how to play, I will just basically just be reading out how it's done on the instructions, how they say to do. Now, what they say, how it works: you will have a deck of cards containing some exploding kittens. Play the game by putting the deck face down and taking turns drawing cards until someone draws an exploding kitten. Boom. When that happens, that person explodes. They are now dead or out of the game. This process continues until there's only one player left, who wins the game. Basically, if you explode, you lose, and if you are full of incendiary loser sauce, sad sauce. What the hell? This is why this company is brilliant. They do some awesome shit. If you don't explode, you win, and you are full of greatness. Good job, buddy. And all of the other cards will lessen your chances of getting exploded by exploding kittens. For example, you could use... we'll get to those cards later. Setup. Actually, let's look at what the cards are and what they do. So I have actually pre-selected some cards. So this is an example of an exploding kitten card. If you draw that, you're dead. You're out of the game. Done. We have a nope card. Feed your opponent a nope sandwich with extra nope sauce, which means stop the action of another player. You can play this at any time. So this is a very powerful card. Good to keep that one. See the future. Feast upon a unicorn enchilada. Alright, okay, so that explains the picture, and this explains what the actual card does. That's brilliant. I like that. See the future. Privately view the top 3 cards of the deck. So for this one, let's put all these other example cards here. For this one, you would 1, 2, 3, and then you'd view them, and then you'd put them back. So then you know what's coming up. Favor. Rub peanut butter on your belly button and make new friends, lol. One player must give you a card of their choice. So you give that, you say, you give me a card, and they'll pick a card and they'll give you a card. This one is a rainbow Ralphing cat. I forgot what the cat cards do. I actually got a couple in here as different examples of different cat cards. I will have to consult this. In a minute, come back to that. Diffuse, one of the other most important ones. Put your last drawn card back into the deck. So you draw a card, and then you put it back into the deck. Now I think you put it anywhere in a deck, like that. Something like that. I'll have to consult this. Skip. End your turn without drawing a card. So if you know, for example, that your next card, say you've played the See the Future card, and you know that it's gone around and this is the next card that's on the deck, and you know that for a fact, you can play skip. It's like, yep, that's not for me. Next person gets exploding and they get out. So that's helpful. Attack. End your turn without drawing a card, forces the next player to take 2 turns, and now taking a turn is taking a card, I think. I have to consult the instructions. And the last one, I think it's the last one, I haven't actually gone through properly. Shuffle. Shuffle the draw pile. So you shuffle up this one. So even if you know which cards are on top, if someone puts that down and shuffles them all up, you're not going to know where they are unless you have literally like 2 or 3 cards left, and it's pretty pointless shuffling. Everything I'm shuffling. Exploding Kittens, there are 4 cards. So there are 4 of these in the deck. And obviously you can put more decks in to get more players in. Or more chances of losing. And I'm guessing there's the same number in the not safe for work one. Actually, let's double check that. Okay, technical malfunction. There we go. Technical malfunction. Exploding Kitten, 4 cards. Attack card, 4 cards. Yep. Skip is 4. Skip is 4. Favor is 4. Shuffle is 4. See the Future is 5. Diffuse is 6. Nope is 5. And there are 4 of each cat cards. So there would be there would be 4 of these, 4 of these, and 4 of these. And I'm not entirely sure what these do. We'll find out. So the same number of cards in both decks, so that's all good. Put that back. So, Exploding Kitten cards. You must show this card immediately. Unless you have a Diffuse card, you are dead. Discard all your cards, including the Exploding Kitten card. So if you draw that, you're out. This is your hand goes away, everything goes away. Unless, of course, you have the Diffuse card, so if you draw one of those, you diffuse it straight away and you're safe. Keep your hand. That goes in the discard pile, and you keep your hand. A Diffuse card. If you draw an Exploding Kitten, you can play this card. Instead of dying, place your Diffuse card in the discard pile. Then take the Exploding Kitten, and without reordering or viewing the other cards, secretly put it back in the draw pile anywhere. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Oh, I was wrong. Yeah, you put the Exploding Kitten back into the pile. Want to screw over the player right after you? Put the kitten right on top of the deck. If you like, hold the deck under the table so that no one else can see where you put it. Your turn is over after playing that card. Attack. So all of these cards do the exact same thing in normal deck to not safe for deck. Attack. End your turn turns without drawing and force the next player to take 2 turns in a row. The victim of this card takes a turn as normal. Then when their turn is over, it is their turn again. If the victim of an attack card plays an attack card, their turn is immediately over and the next player must take 2 turns. So what that basically means is you end your turn without having to draw, and you force the next player to take 2 turns in a row. The victim of this card takes a turn as normal. Then when their turn is over, it's their turn again. So they play as normal and then they have to play again. So if they have to draw one, and then that's a turn over, they then have to draw another one. Which, if you know that there's an Exploding Kitten, they are screwed. Skip. Immediately end your turn without drawing a card. If you play a skip card as a defense to an attack card, it only ends one of the 2 turns. 2 skip cards would end both turns. So with the skip card, you would need 2 of these to counteract the attack card. But that's kind of helpful still. That's a pretty cool mechanic. Favor. Force any other player to give you 1 card from their hand. They choose which card to give you. Shuffle the draw pile without viewing the card until told to stop. Useful when you know when there's an Exploding Kitten. So someone has to tell you to stop. Interesting. See the Future. Peek at the top 3 cards of the draw pile and put them back in the same order. Don't show the cards to the other players. Nope card. Stop any action except for an Exploding Kitten or a Diffuse. Imagine that any card or a pair or special combo beneath a nope card no longer exists. So yeah, say someone's going to play, in the example here, I'm going to play See the Future. Nope. You can also play a nope card on another nope card to negate it and create a yup. So someone goes nope, you can go nope. Yep. You can play a nope card at any time, even if it's not your turn. And then you got the cat cards. These cards are powerless on their own, but can be played in pairs or special combos. The special combos are for advanced play. Combos are any group of cards played at the same time. When you play combos, ignore the instructions on the cards and do the following set. 2 of a kind. Play in pairs, where you get to steal a random. You get to steal a random card from another player. No longer applies to any cards with no instructions on them. Now applies to any card in the deck with the same icon in the corner. What? Play in pairs no longer applies to cards with no instructions on them. It now applies to any cards in the deck with the same icon in their corners. So play in pairs where you get to steal a random card from another player. I think. Exactly 3 of a kind, exactly the same as 2 of a kind or pairs. Where you get to name the card you want from the other player. If they have it, you get to take it. If not, you get nothing. So you play down 3 of a kind. I guess it would have to be 3 of these, not 3 specific cat cards. 5 different cards. If you play any 5 cards that have different icons in the corners with instructions, without instructions, oh yeah, there's different icons as well. Oh, that means you can play 2 diffuse cards. That'll be your pair, and it'd be like, yeah, I'm gonna steal a card from someone. So you put down 2 diffuse cards, like gimme. Put down 3 shuffle cards, and it's like, right, you give me your diffuse, something like that. So it's not just restricted to these. These are powerless until you combine them with each other. So essentially the cat cards are on their own. They're not even part of the these. It's all to do with the icons at the top left. 5, if you play 5, you have different icons with instructions, without instructions, or any combination. Go through the discard pile to take any single card you like. Grab the pile quickly and choose your card so that you don't get noped. So once you've grabbed the pile, you can't get noped. So say for example this is the discard pile. You put down your 5 different cards. Say 5 different cards. Hang on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So right, mine, and no one can nope you. And then you go through and you pick the one you want. So like a nope. And then you put that back and you, oops, now have that in your hand. Okay, so that's all the cards. How to play. Well, we've already gone how to play, really. So all you have to do, oh yeah, setup. There is a setup involved. You've got to remove all the exploding cards. And where's the diffuse card? So you have to remove all the exploding cards and all the diffuse cards from the deck. Shuffle up the deck. Deal out 4 cards face down to each player. This is for a 5-player setup, or any number player setup really, or up to 5, depending on how many exploding kittens cards you have. Diffuse cards, these are only cards that can save blah blah blah. Insert enough exploding kittens back into the deck so there is 1 fewer than the number of people playing. Remove any extra exploding kittens from the deck. And so on and so forth. And then once you've sorted that out, so say for example there are 4 players. You put 3 of these in, and you put, I think, all of these in really. You don't really have to. My music stopped. No, not the music. Just put it in random. Press play. Yeah, that'll do. Oh. That one. Yeah, fuck it. Right, getting back to it. So, you got 4 players, you put 3 cards in of exploding kittens, that means 3 players are going to get out. You then have, yeah, you keep all diffuse cards. Nice. 2-player variant, only put only 2 of the extra diffuse cards back, remove the other 2 from the game. Nah, screw that, I'm just going to put all of them in. Pick a player to go first, and take your turn. And you're taking your turn. I was just about to try it. Take your turn, play a card from your hand and place it in the face up on the top of the discard pile, and follow the instructions on the card, or play no cards at all. That is cool too. You can play no cards at all. Nice. So, say for example, this is more than you'd normally have, obviously, but so a turn is basically, here's your discard pile, give me those, and you play that, and you do whatever it says. Or you can do nothing. It's like, nah, I'm not having a turn, you're next. Some cards don't have instructions on them. These cards must be collected and played as pairs. If you play matching pairs with no instructions on them, pick another player and steal a random card. So I guess the cat cards are the only ones that you can really do those things said here, the special combos. Any groups of cards played at the same time when you play combos, ignore the instructions. Oh, okay, no, you can do it. You just ignore the instructions. So the instruction cards have dual purpose, whereas the cat cards have a single purpose. Really, that's cool. After you follow the instructions on the card or play a pair, you can play more cards. You can play as many cards as you like. Really? What? After you follow instructions on a card, you can play more cards. Play as many cards as you like. Finally, end your turn by drawing a card from the draw pile into your hand and hope it's not exploding a kitten. This is different from most other games in that you end your turn by drawing a card. Play continues clockwise around the table, or anti-clockwise if you want to shake things up a bit. 3 more things! You can count the cards left in the draw pile. Really? Nice. You won't ever run out of cards in the draw pile, so there's never a need to reshuffle. That's true. There's no maximum or minimum hand size. If you run out of cards in your hand, there's no special action to take. Keep playing, you'll draw at least 1 more card on your next turn. So you're never out the game. You're only out the game if you either win or you get exploded out by Exploding Kitten. So yeah, you can play that. Well, that's not a combo, but say for example these are 3 of the same cards. That's 3 a kind, you do that action, and then you play a shuffle to shuffle up, and then you do a see the future to see what the 3 ones are, and then you do a favour, so someone gives you a card, and then you do an attack, and then you don't really want to do anything else, and then it's like, right, next turn, so you draw from the draw pile, and boom, you're dead. No, I'm not dead, I have a diffuse, and then next person's go. Yeah. Nice, so you can really, like, proper lay down some combos, like, bang. Makes no difference. I've not got any cards that I have to, next turn, I have to draw 1. So essentially you almost always have 1 in your hand, so that's cool. And yeah, I think that is it. Yeah, that is Exploding Kittens and how to play. Now, my explanations aren't really usually that great, so as they have suggested, do go to their website and have a look at their videos on how to play. Just in case you fell asleep, wake up. Folding this wrong. Now, I have an interesting idea for how to play this game with any number of players. What you do is you just simply shuffle up the deck. You don't remove any of the Exploding Kitten cards whatsoever, and you then play as is. Now, there's 4 Exploding Kitten cards already in there. And if you have up to 5 players, because it's only really good up to 5 players. No, that's another thing. Okay, so up to 5 players, you leave all 4 cards in there. If you have less than 5 players, I'd still leave all 4 cards in there, because eventually you'll draw a Exploding Kitten card at some point. So that would be interesting, a way of playing. Or here's another way of playing. Is that you explode, so this can extend the number of players to almost, well, any number really that you want. Once you explode and you're out the game, you take the Exploding Kitten card and you put it back into the draw pile. Now, obviously the draw pile will get down to a minimum, and there'll pretty much only be Exploding Kittens in there, so as the game gets later on, you'll have a deck of pretty much Exploding Kittens where everyone's just going to die off real quick at the end, because you can't reshuffle the discard pile. Or you can make it last like infinitely long and keep reshuffling the discard pile. You know, there's always different ways to amend the rules, bend the rules, make up some new ones. You know, it's not set in stone, and even if it was, smash that stone and make up your own rules anyway. So there's a few ideas I'm already throwing out there of how to play this in different ways. But that is pretty much how you play Exploding Kittens. Meow. Meow. I kind of want to take this apart and just see its inner workings, but I don't want to destroy it. Oh well. Yeah. And the Not Safe for Work deck obviously works exactly the same way, with exact same cards, just different artwork and different funny stuff. Let's just quickly go over the rules. Blah 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 blah. It is exactly the same. It should be, really. There's a goat card. Don't know what that says. Need to find a card. Yeah. So that is how to play Exploding Kittens. I never know how to stack these in these videos. Do I do it that way? Do I do it this way? Leave them there, leave it over here. Do that. There we go.